to our Ripples celebration, and lots of the people here I know, when you look up here, have been at all of our other celebrations as well. But we've got some newies, so a little bit of a story, not much. I'd like to welcome our special guest, Vincent Tarsier, just here. Vincent's our local member for the seat of Hartley. Jill Whittaker, our mayor of the City of Campbelltown. Jags Lakani is one of our ward councillors from the council. We had a few other council people coming, but I don't think anyone else is here. I've had a few apologies. Ross Matusas, who was the manager of the development of the toilet, he couldn't make it tonight. Matthew Noble, who's our other ward councillor for River Ward, and Carol Stefanicki, who's the property officer for the council, who we have a fair bit to do with in terms of running the ArtSHED and some of the things that we do. I'd like to welcome Ripples members and families. We tried to get all of our 110 members here and their families, but we weren't quite successful, but we got a good crowd, so well done. Celebration's always been part of what Ripples is, and it's been something that we did a hell of a lot in our early days. If we did something, we'd have a celebration, and it was really important as we developed a culture of art and community. And I think what we celebrate would be things like the workshops and some of the outcomes of some of the projects that we took on, like the Jan Street project where we mosaicked around trees, and the mosaic drains that we did throughout Lockwood Park. Tonight, though, we're here to celebrate some other things, because I think community and art and how we manage that is pretty good, and it's always worth celebrating. But we've done a fair bit of development of facilities and things around the ArtSHED in 2025, and that's what we're going to celebrate tonight specifically. Also 10 years of SALA. If you look up here, all of the SALA posters we'll flip through a bit later on. We've had 10 SALAs. We started with our first SALA 11 years ago. We missed one because of COVID, but that's been an ongoing feature of our calendar, and 10 years is pretty special. We have through here, and for people who are infrequent visitors, we've got a new storeroom and toilet, and that was totally funded and project managed and by the City of Campbelltown, and we really appreciate that. That's a facility that we should have had at the beginning. Yeah. Who needs to toast it? We might have a few toasts.
Are we toasting the toilet?
The next thing is the epoxy coating on the floor. Now, not too many people celebrate a floor covering, but to say this is significant is to understate how important it's been. The sort of activities we have in here create dust and stuff that's dangerous for our health, and certainly having this coating means that we're not getting the dust up from the concrete, and we're able to clean it properly. And it was $10,000 that was supplied through a Stronger Communities grant through the federal government, and I know that I think Vincent sat on the selection process.
My confidence.
He sat on the selection process for successful applicants. The outdoor seating that's out there, that was through the Office of Ageing. It's a state government grant, and that was for $5,000. The development of our garden, we didn't receive any grants for that. We funded that ourselves, but it's been driven by Jenny Bates. And we've had several working bees, but Jenny's often there plodding away. And if you look up here, at some stage, and I know you people looking there, not here, that's fine. There's a picture of the garden in 2017 from the side, and there's one that was taken yesterday. And you'll see how big a difference that's made. That said, Jenny's also leads one of the other strong community groups within Lockwood Park, which is the Lockwood Park Community Garden, and this Sunday from 10 until 2 they've got an open garden event that we'd all like you to go to. Just pop in. Sausages, plants, all that sort of stuff. The other thing that we've had down in our celebration is to celebrate our sculpture garden. Now that's sort of a work in progress, and we had 3 that were here for a while. John Campbell, one of mine, and Rainer and Carolyn Milner.
Rosie?
No,
In
that
the
just
last-
was, no,
just
that
hold on.
was just recent.
Just wait. No, that's okay. Good bit of participation. In the last year or 2, we've added quite a few, and I'll just go through the list. Vanessa Herndon and John Crafter. Vanessa Herndon there and John Crafter. That fabulous one with the dog. They've done that one. Carolyn Moos, the head just out there. What's it called?
Mirabelle.
Mirabelle. Fabulous. Rosie Fields, which is out here, which is a stack of, I think she called it Monet's Garden or Monet.
Yeah.
And then a collaborative one between Jenny McPherson, Judy, John Campbell and myself. Those, what does John Miller call it? I think the deranged darlings. I can live with that. Can you live with that?
Yeah, I
live
like
that too,
that.
John? So, finally, I just want to reinforce again, and I've said this many times, we've secured funding, nearly $30,000 to put on a storage annex on the side here. That we're just waiting for council approval or for it to go through that process. We've secured the funding, and it will be in place hopefully early next year. Spoken to the builders, and they think early next year. It'll be insulated, we'll have all shelving through there, and it'll mean that everything that's in here that's stored will be out there, so that this will just be an art studio. I think that'll make it a much better space to operate. That's all I'm going to say. That's my 2 minutes, maybe 3. The interruptions that made it longer. I'm just going to hand over to Jill, one of our members and supporters.
And what a great night it is to celebrate all of the wonderful things that Dave has mentioned. And of course, you know, we're talking about the fantastic accessible toilet, so we're all flushed with success. But for all that, I think what Dave has outlined has been a tremendous growth in activity, in production, in everything that this shed has helped create through the hard work of the members, and we have to give some credit to the chair, I think, who seems to have this happy knack of getting people on board and coming along with him, and I think that is something that is a great skill, Dave.
Yeah.
So it has been a wonderful journey to watch the bare bones of this shed gradually evolve and grow, and have the extension out into the outside world as the sculpture garden grows. And I find it quite exciting to see, oh, there's a new piece, and to read all about it. And some of them are really exquisite. And what was the one you mentioned? The Daleks.
Deranged
Deranged.
Daleks.
Deranged Daleks, which, you know, art should be controversial, should it not? And so what I love seeing is the fact that we have such fabulous artists who are living amongst us and who are creating and having fun. And one of the things I'll be talking about next week is how to age well, and I think we have something here which shows how to age well. So it's fantastic to see all the things you do and the fabulous artists that we have got in our community. 10 years of SALA.
Judy.
And as I look at this, yes, I do give credit to Judy for her hard work, because I know that she works extraordinarily hard to get SALA going. We've got this beautiful floor, which I think is a great improvement. Although the old one with just the cement, it did have that very real.
Yeah, some people liked it, some people didn't.
But I do think this is an improvement just the same. So thank you, Dave, for all that you've done. Thank you, Judy. Thank you to all of the members and everyone who has worked hard to get this shed in the first place, to get the right sort of toilet facilities, which I'm just so pleased that Jags and I helped get through the mechanisms. I'm sure that the planning staff will help to make sure that this extension, to get all the additional stuff out of this space, will be facilitated. And you know, maybe a tweak here and there, I don't know, that's how they work generally in planning. So good luck, and I'll be looking forward to that one. Might have a ribbon. I was looking to see the ribbon here tonight.
We thought about it, Jill. We thought that was a shitty idea.
Anyway,
Sorry.
thank you.
Thank you very much. I think Jill really hit things on the head. It's about the people that are part of Ripples that make it work. We've had 8 stages, this will be our 8th phase of redevelopment. But all of that, through those pictures you'll see there, from Pam and Ken with their paintbrushes, and you know, right from the very beginning to what happens now when we have a Ripples there. So, and welcome to Pam and Ken, some of our founding members. So without further ado, I'd like to propose a toast to the people of Ripples. Ripples. Cheers.
And the art of life.
Of course. Now, Vincent and Jill are going to cut the Ripples cake. Now, Kathy, do you want to stand on a chair or something?
Oh, sure.
Don't fall off though, you might break your leg.
I don't think so.
Poor old Kathy is recovering.
That's fine.
Now where are we going to go?
You lead the way.
Right in the middle?
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Yay! And we won't touch the bottom of the
That's okay. I'll go.